I'm just trying to have some fun on this new Kawasaki, the Versys 650. Now everybody who's ridden the motorcycle comes back and says that it's a great touring motorcycle and at a great price point, just under 8 lakh rupees on road. Well, it certainly looks the part with the tall fairing and a windscreen, tall handlebars, and of course the whole stance of being an adventure tourer. But my doubt is this really an adventure tourer? Can it really go anywhere? Or is it just more of a road-biased touring motorcycle that's meant to be comfortable? Which is exactly why I'm trying to ride it off-road and trying to gauge its performance off the tarmac. In terms of styling, the Versys 650 looks a lot like its elder sibling, the Versys 1000. The fairing and twin headlights look the same but are slightly smaller in size. The Versys 650 gets Showa's long travel, separate function forks in front, and they add to its stance, giving it the tall appearance you would expect of a touring motorcycle. The front windscreen is adjustable for height, which is a great feature on what is supposed to be an affordable middleweight motorcycle. I didn't exactly fall in love with the Versys 650 styling, but it has a few interesting design elements, like the fuel tank. Now this is a flat fuel tank, unlike the Ninja 650's camel hump, so you can easily put a tank bag over here. I like the seat, it's nice, wide and plush. You've also got mounts for panniers at the back, which are also available as an accessory. Now in short, Kawasaki has perfectly ensured that this motorcycle looks like the way it is intended to, like a proper adventure tourer. I spent a few hours riding the Versys 650 on the highway first, putting in over 200 kilometers without taking a single break. And I'm seriously impressed. Even after nearly 3 hours in the saddle, I felt as if I had just started riding. The tall handlebars, wide seat, and slightly rear set foot pegs make for a riding position that helps you stay comfortable even over extended hours of riding. The 650cc parallel twin engine is the same as the Ninja 650 and offers 69 PS of power and 64 Nm of torque, which is good enough for our kind of roads and traffic. The 6-speed gearbox is the same too, and on open roads, there was barely any need to downshift thanks to the strong mid-range performance. There's a noticeable difference in the engine's character though, and it feels more relaxed on the Versys, and the power delivery is simply effortless. The Versys 650 handles beautifully too. The Showa separate function forks are a lot better at damping than the Ninja's conventional telescopic forks. They help the bike in maintaining its composure much better than the Ninja on undulated bumpy roads, and they keep it stable, which inspires a lot of confidence. The Versys also gets a remote knob to adjust the preload on its rear monoshock quickly. With equipment like this, the Versys 650 is great to lean into fast corners as well or go flat out on an open highway. This is easily the best touring motorcycle under 10 lakh rupees, I'm convinced. I'm really impressed with the Versys 650's behavior on tarmac. It feels great as a touring motorcycle. It almost feels like a completely reworked motorcycle to suit its ergonomics and the handling and the comfort better for doing long distances. But what was really surprising is that despite being so focused on riding on tarmac, the Versys 650 is quite competent off tarmac as well. Its ergonomics help you off-road as well, especially with this tall handlebar, and the suspension does its job really well off tarmac too. The Versys 650 feels light and nimble off-road, allowing quick directional changes. The seat is easy to grip with the insides of your knees when standing up, and the tall handlebar offers good leverage. The only chink in its armor perhaps are the road-biased Dunlop Sportmax tires. They're meant for the road, and that's where they offer a lot of grip. But off-road, the bike feels unsure with these tires, especially the front end. Now, had Kawasaki given this bike a 19-inch front wheel and dual-purpose tires, it would have been much more better off-road. And of course, that would have called for a lot of engineering, which in turn would have added to the cost of the motorcycle. But that aside, with regards to its ergonomics and the suspension, this is fantastic off-road. Coming to its brakes, the Versys 650 is the first CKD product from Kawasaki in India to get ABS. And the ABS does work well. You could even grab a handful of the front brake lever on tarmac without scaring yourself, but not off tarmac. The ABS is calibrated for the road and you can't even switch it off. That's why on loose surfaces, this leads to a lot of jittery halts as the ABS goes into overdrive. As expected, the Versys 650 is a fantastic touring motorcycle. But what really surprised me is the bike's abilities off tarmac, as it feels so easy to maneuver, and of course it's a great handler just for those tires. So if you are looking for a motorcycle that can do 1000 kilometers a day without breaking into a sweat, perform reasonably well off-road, and not cost a bomb at the same time, this is the bike you need to buy. And of course it's a Kawasaki, which means reliability, stress-free ownership, and great build quality are a given. So if you plan to do some serious riding on tarmac or off it, just change the tires to dual sport ones, slap on a bash plate, and you have a package that's really hard to beat.